you want to boost your mood? Then turn on
All right, following your feet in.
Rick!
Jason, my friend, how are you?
How are you, sir? Good. Thank you. I haven't seen you in person since you were in the music video with us.
That is correct.
Since then, you have
I
retired
did. I retired from Immigration and Customs Enforcement. I'm a bladesmith and a blacksmith. And all a bladesmith is a blacksmith that specializes in forging knives. When I won Forged in Fire, when I was doing the at-home shop build, they never showed it during the home portion, but I actually had the Halligan tool drawn.
right there. Yeah.
And I would go up to the forge and I would shape it and I would lay it down and make sure that my dimensions were what I wanted.
Right.
I had a set parameter of dimensions and I drew it to those specifications on the floor.
Did they keep that tool?
The champion does not get to keep his tool.
Oh!
It's on the it's on display when you watch the show.
Right.
All the stuff on the walls, those are the champions. I do, however.
Yeah.
They gave me enough steel to make another one. I am.
So I wanted to show you real quick a little bit of the inspiration and what I was going for in these photos. In this particular sequence that I was working with, he's a blacksmith, so he works with fire all day long. So I wanted to create a little bit of that magic that happens around fire. And you'll notice in the background there is the furnace where he was heating up his metal. So to help accentuate that, I put a yellow CTO or orange CTO gel on my SB5000 flash. And actually I put two of them on, so it's a double CTO gel, which makes the background light super orange. And I placed the flash on a small table way back in the background. This is going to give him some rim light with that nice orange glow, mimicking but accentuating the light that would have come off of the furnace. It's going to have that really dark orangey tint to it as well. And then behind me was the open doors to his shop. And so I was illuminating him mostly with natural light, which meant I had to use a fairly high ISO of 800. I'm wide open at f4. The 24 to 120 millimeter lens that I use is maxed out at f4.0. And a fairly slow shutter speed of 1/60th of a second. Now his hand is moving up and down and he's banging this metal. And so my goal as I'm shooting off frame after frame is to catch him right when he strikes that metal and to have my flash positioned directly behind that, which created this really cool sparkling kind of magic moment right where his hammer is hitting the metal.
Very cool. Well, let's tell them about my baby.
This is a sanmai. Sanmai is a Japanese term that means 3 layers.
Right.
And that's what this is, and you can actually see them in the etching. You have a hardenable steel in the center and a non-hardenable steel on the outside. And what this began life as is a horse-drawn combine.
No kidding.
That's abandoned in the woods by my house.
No kidding. See, that's interesting. I like that.
And so the centerpiece of steel is hardenable and will hold an edge, but the old wrought iron all has character.
Yeah. And your son did the
My
sheet.
son did the sheet.
Yep. And he does these for you regularly?
He does.
Cool. Is that like his hobby, his job
That's
now?
his hobby. He's a full-time college kid.
Good.
And so to make beer money.
Love it.
So another cool photo that I really liked was this one where we brought Britt out to the entrance to this studio. As you can see, we photographed the other photo of him in the back of the studio where his furnace was. For this shot, we brought him out to the opening the studio was in, and that gives us a nice, what we call open shade, illuminating him. So he's being lit by natural light, open shade in the door frame. My buddy Steve there is helping to create a little extra light by filling it in using his reflector. And unfortunately, the natural light photo, it just kind of looks a little bland, a little bit boring. The background is just kind of this dingy shop. No real character to it. So I took that same single SB5000 flash and I put a red gel on it. and I placed it in the background just to illuminate the environment that was behind him. So I adjusted the output of the flash up and down a little bit to where I got the look that I was going after, and we created this image of Britt naturally lit in the foreground and then lit by a single SB5000 flash with a red gel on it to make the background kind of cool and stand out. What you got there?
I got me a saw blade. What up, YouTubers? Hey, just got through doing about 3,400 miles on my Michelin Anarchy Wilds. They worked great. I will tell you this, at about 55 miles an hour, they do start to sing. So we're gonna try something a little different this next go round. We're gonna go over here to the Motage Tractionator. We'll give those a try. See how they do on the next go round of the Tat.
All right, guys, so we made it to Newport, Tennessee, and we met up with this awesome guy, Britt, and he's given us a place to crash for the night. We're gonna be hosted here, and he showed us all about some cool forged in fire weaponry.
Thank you for letting us hang out. Thank you for the tour and a little bit of knowledge that you threw on us.
Let me tell you what, anytime I can share the craft with anybody else, I mean, I teach it, so, and I'm constantly going to shows, blade show, and
right.
You know, doing the forged in fire thing. It's all about showing the craft, and because I'm 55 years old, one of these days I'm going to die, and if I die with all this knowledge, what good is it? You know,
Right.
you gotta get young people interested in it, get a piece of steel hot, beat snot out of it, get it, shape it into something that you want, and kids, young people get interested in it, and it's cool.
Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for following along for today's episode. This is part 2 of the TransAmerica Trail, and we are just getting started. So tomorrow we're going to be riding off to Maggie Valley to visit our friends Beth and Ken, and then on to Tellico Plains, Tennessee. So stick around, more fun coming soon.